dive into Sporting Kansas City. I'll give it a start because it's, I'll let Adam take his hype train after, but he's got so much to talk about. I don't want him to strain his voice. Oh, he's got his water though. Look at that. He's
ready.
SKC is led by most tenured coach in the league, Peter Vermees, finishing top of the West last year with third in the league, lost in the conference semifinals, 12-6-3 last year, and most likely going to slide into that 4-1 formation. Tim Million goal, Graham Zusi at right back, Isamat Marin with either Fontas or Puniek next to him. I'm going to say they'll probably give Luis Martins the start there. They seemed to be the favorite last year until he picked up a little injury, and then Amadou Dia came in, but they're both serviceable there. Word of Connor's day, serviceable, because his favorite player is coming up in two teams.
Yep.
But then when they start going forward, that's when they start getting really dangerous. You've got Sanchez probably sitting in that DM spot, or Espinoza can fill in that spot as well. But then going forward, Gianluca Busio, Gadikinda, Johnny Russell, Daniel Shaloi, and Polito as well. So that attack is going to be really, really fun to watch. You've also got Remy Walter that can slide into that DM spot, or play in the cam spot. If they choose to go 4-3-3, he can act as more of an 8. Lots of stuff that he can do. Vermees really needs to get that right because he could be the key that unlocks greatness for that attacking front five, it looks like. Key players, of course, you've got Tim Melia, big leader, the goalkeeper, the back. Gadikinda, he is primed for a breakout year this year. We saw that he had bits and pieces coming out of him in the first round of his MLS career. But I think he's got a really, if Walter slides in and does a really good job, he can actually become one of the best playmakers in MLS. I truly believe that. And of course, Alan Polito, Adam's hype train conductor, star striker of the league. If given time, probably can drop a solid 15 to 20 goals in the right formation. I think they'll be looking to him for most of their attacking potential. Who needs to have a good 2021? For me, Gianluca Busio. He's been in that starting role, not necessarily every game, but enough where he's probably most likely going to be a starter this year. He's ready to go to Europe. It's his time. People are scouting him. Evidently, he only needs 5 more games to do it. So make a good impact in those first 5s. And he has a really decent chance of getting over there mid-season. Polito, obviously, we spoke about in the COVID era, had a difficult time adapting, but still had a decent year last year. But now it's time for him to hit that 15-20 mark. That's what they brought him in for, and he can do it. Gadikinda's in that same conversation, right? He had a weird transition into MLS in the COVID era. But for me, it is my biggest one is Ismail Marin, right? If he's going to fill in that Matt Beasler role, the one that's been held there for 10 years, you can't lose a step. It's got to be slide in, fill in from the start. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's the guy I'm watching because he can make or break the way this team play. Because, yes, they're very good going forward, but if they can't keep goals out of the net, you can't win games, right? So that's a guy I'm keeping an eye on. Again, formation-wise, you're going to see this team be a more of a counter-attack team. You'll have a little bit of combination in midfield, but it's going to be, win the ball in defense, play your high target midfielder, lay it off to one of your midfielders dropping in, play it out wide, and just build, get crosses, get high profile chances, what's the word? Oh, goodness. High caliber, right? High percentile chances of scoring, for lack of a better term. And you're gonna see a very fast-paced counterattack team. I think you'll have Zusi still swinging in balls from the wing. Same thing with Luis Martins. He was great from that wing last year, especially if Walter or Sanchez can really solidify that back line where they can turn into almost a 3-back as everybody goes forward. This team's going to be fun to watch going forward, 100%. Thoughts?
Connor, you can go. I'll go last.
I was waiting to see if you would go. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on the Ismail Miran part. Definitely is going to have to kind of fill that hole that Beasler left. And that's definitely an area that I'll keep a close eye on. And, I'm a little bit worried about him coming in. I mean, he's definitely got big shoes to fill, even in terms of like a leadership role. Like Beasler was probably a big leader in that back line. And I'm hoping that, for SKC's sake, that he can come in and kind of just like pick up right where he left off. But I have a feeling that's a lot easier said than done. And just kind of like an overall look of this team, I kind of feel like when you look at them on paper, they don't seem like a team like LAFC that's gonna tear you up and win like 5-0 every game. But this is definitely a team that's gonna win a lot of games and be competitive.
I think they have a better chance to win games that at that score line, right? Because if Busio does fill into that attacking role like we think he might, and Kinda takes that step forward, with Russell being at the level we know he can play at, and Shallowy returning back to that like 2018-19 form, and Polito hitting his stride, they can win. They can destroy teams. And
well, that's saying their defense holds up because I mean they could win games like 5-3 every game, which will be really exciting to watch.
They're going to be a fun team to watch. We'll probably live stream a bunch of those games, just simply because it'll be a ton of fun. Adam, how's your hype train going?
It's good. I mean, the biggest thing with Alan Polito is going to be whether he can stay healthy. So he dealt with a hamstring injury most of last season, and still averaged 50%. So he scored 6 goals in 12 games. Like, not terrible considering he missed a bunch. But yeah, if he stays healthy, and I think playing every week will certainly help with that instead of like the stop-start kind of nonsense that went on last year. So he stays healthy, he leads that line. I mean, even if he stays percentage-wise at the same, he essentially is going to score 12, 14 goals, which like is pretty good.
It's all right. I mean, it's not Brian White level, but it's all right.
Yeah, I mean,
you say it's serviceable.
Yeah.
All right. Now you're trying to get me angry, and I'm not here for that. Not yet.
Okay. I'll wait a little bit.
I'm gonna let you do Orlando, and I'm gonna sit here quietly.
Oh, I know. You're not gonna sit here quietly.
I'm gonna sit here quietly while
you're not gonna sit there quietly.
While you talk dumb stuff, I'm gonna sit here. I'm just gonna take notes. When you're done, I'm going to rip you to shreds.
Okay, you go. You go ahead.
But before that, we should go to Columbus.
So before we move on, the one thing I want to know your guys' thoughts. So Gianluca Busio gets the number 10 shirt, so you'd have to assume.
Is it green?
It's green. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, we can't talk about that until we do jerseys next week.
True.
So he gets the number 10 shirt, which means you would think he then starts. However, I think Kinda and Espinoza get the 2 center mid spots to start the season.
I think they switch. Sorry, I think they switch it. Go 4-3-3. Let Espinoza drop with Sanchez, and then use a Kinda Busio
pivot.
I think that's probably more likely. Just because if he wants to throw Walter in there, I'm assuming he's more of a ball playing 8 than a ball winning 6. So you got to have somebody next to him. I think at that point, it really depends on how they came into camp, right? If Busio took strides, you're looking at him obviously being the number 1, but Kinda's also got the potential. They could probably throw him out on the wing too. If Shallowy's not performing, they could throw Busio out on left wing. Probably not the best position, but still. You could probably drop Busio back too. He's probably better as an 8 as well. Maybe not a ball playing 8, but a ball carrying 8, a Darlington Nagbe type of build, if you will. Just running all over the place, and then replace him for a Kinda who will stay a little bit higher. That type of look. Again, it just depends on how they came into camp, right?
Yeah, because we saw Kinda come in last year and arguably was their best player at MLS's back. Like, came into preseason and those first couple games of the year, like, lights out, can spark of their attack, scoring. Like he looked ridiculously good those first few games. So he has the capability to come in and lock that spot down if he wants it.
Correct. I agree. Is there anybody else who can fill that left wing role? I'm not sold Shallowy gets a start.
Kyrie Shelton, question mark?
I think Shelton probably over Shallowy because Shallowy was a hit or miss guy for a long.
I mean, so was Kyrie Shelton.
I think Shelton gets a start though. I think he was better than Shallowy last year.
Yeah.
Personally, like I said, that's why when I saw Shallowy there, I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
We also have to remember that Red Bull legend Kendall McIntosh is there. So Tim Melia's spot is there. Yeah, you're looking at Shallowy, you're looking at Tyler Freeman, Ozzie Cisnero, Kyrie Shelton. Johnny Russell can flip to that side and play Kyrie Shelton on the right. Guy Aquina can play on the right or left. Yeah, their attacking core can interchange a lot, and I'm sure even throughout the games you'll see a lot of interchange, right? You'll see Keena go out wide, Busio come in, Shallowy go up top, with Polito going out wide, just completely off kiltering every defense that goes on and tries to defend these guys. I think if you just constantly interchange and give them the freedom to switch in and out and up and down and wherever they want to go, you're going to find a lot of success. So, again, really excited to watch this team. First in the West, maybe. Like I said, if that back line looks solid enough, maybe.